Well, I'm getting something, so I gotta stay healthy for Sunday. Cause John just
Right.
threatened me about the tea party.
We're live.
That's okay. People like seeing us have fun live.
Welcome to the Corporation of the Township of Bon Cher Valley Committee meeting for Tuesday, April 21, 2026. We're meeting in council chambers and via Zoom conferencing. I call this meeting to order. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda? See, go
sorry.
ahead.
No additions. I just request, if we are not sort of finished, as we approach the 3 o'clock hour, if we can jump to correspondence, that would be appreciated.
Okay, I don't see a problem there, but we'll make sure correspondence goes through before you before the 3 o'clock deadline.
Thank you.
May I have a mover for confirmation of the agenda? That's Merv. And all in favor? I don't have the show of hands on the screen, Annette.
Yeah, we're good on.
Okay, you keep me informed, absolutely. Next, are there any items of pecuniary interest or general nature thereof? Seeing none, move on. I'd like to have a motion for approval of the minutes. Are there any corrections or changes needed? May I have a mover for that?
Get some, Tracy.
Tracy, thank
Yeah.
you. All in favor? Thank you. We have no delegations today. Moving on to reports, I welcome Kevin to give us the recreation report.
Hello, Kevin. Good afternoon, everyone.
The recreation report for the arena is changing seasons, so the ice is out and we're getting ready for some other events. Anyways, figure skating had a great turnout for their year-end show.
Yeah.
Real good turnout. We hired our summer student for the summer. Did interviews and are hired now. Legion Field.
Oh, I just wanted to,
Yeah.
before you move on,
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, like, you've got 3 students to rotate Triscuth and Legion Field, and they understand
Yes,
the Legion Field desire from council.
that is correct.
Excellent.
I see the Legion
Can I-
Field. Got some bleachers there now for
That's correct.
people
We-
who want to sit down.
Yes, we
Parents
had
wanna
an older
play.
set there, but now we have a new one that's just been delivered, so we have
Yeah.
to put it together and it'll be up there.
Awesome.
So the very,
I have a quick question just on the arena, given that it's the end of the season. I don't know if it's ever been done in the past, or maybe you do it, we're not aware, but is there any like user satisfaction survey that gets done so we can get feedback on their experience and if they have any you know, recommendations, or just to sort of see? I'm sure you get a lot of it verbally from people, but it'd be an interesting thing to check with the people who are using it, both figure skating and hockey, and just making sure that, you know, the service is sort of as expected.
On top of Kevin being the complaints department.
But then you might cut down on the complaints because they have a place to put it as well.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, we absolutely, Meredith, we can look into that. Like, we have our other programs that run already is our soccer and ball up the Legion Field. Like, I'm not sure what extra we can actually provide, like that's the programs, but we can look into.
No, sorry.
Long-
What I meant specifically was like asking the people who are using the arena, like, was the arena cleaned as you would have liked? Was it, was it
Oh, I got
opened at the
it.
right times? Do you have any feedback for next season that you guys can take into consideration so that it can cut down on any possible complaints next year, and that you can sort of see what people are thinking? Particularly not for everyone in general, but for the managers or the league and, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Still with the arena, Semco has come in and drained all the ammonia out of the plant or out of the system already, and they've cut some piping so we can remove our condenser. As soon as we Jason will help us out, move it and get it out, so get the new one.
Is your new one here?
Oh, no, it's not here yet.
Sorry, too soon?
Don't get
Too
excited.
soon, I know, I thought I'd ask.
I'd like to have it in the parking lot myself.
I know.
Anyways,
It's gonna arrive at exactly the same time as the new transformer for EGC.
Yeah. Exactly. Don't jinx it like that.
we're having minor ball and minor soccer registrations in the arena this week for 2 nights. I was on Ontario last night. They had a great response last night for the minor ball and soccer, so good turnout. So if it continues on, we have 1 more night, so which is good.
So I was at a dinner party and there were grandparents there of kids that are part of the soccer. And they cannot get over how many kids play soccer in this area. Like it's grown exponentially from when their kids played soccer to now their grandkids are playing. So kudos to everybody involved. It's Laura, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, she's. Well, she's
I will just say this.
all on her own.
In the like 10 years ago, my kids did it and there was a ton of kids then doing it. So I don't know if it's grown, like it's always like for the last decade at least, it's been really well attended because they keep it so affordable that anyone can do it. And I just think that is so fabulous that we have that kind of service and opportunity that is affordable for all kids.
Well,
And
especially when
levels.
you know hockey is expensive, right? Figure skating is expensive. I mean, comparably. But yeah, soccer is I went to the year-end mayor last year when Paul Prince was sort of semi-retiring to thank him and give him a certificate. And that soccer pitch was filled with families. Like there were hundreds of people there. It was,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
From what I see it, the reason to go to something like soccer, it's the minimum equipment needed.
Exactly.
And not like football or other
Yeah.
sports. It's a minimum. Give them a pair of trousers and running shoes and
Yeah.
a t-shirt
Yeah.
and turn them loose.
That's great.
Last year registration was around 125 kids, so they'll be right there again this year from my understanding, but.
And Legion Field, we're blessed with a tremendous facility. We have multiple pitches of baseball diamonds and bleachers.
I know, and bleachers, that's right. Did we have somebody to thank for making the bleachers or did we buy them?
We bought it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that we have a local that's helped out with their bleachers, so he'd get a shout out if he was responsible for them, but.
If you wanna come out and try fly fishing, this week on the 23rd, you're more than welcome. We have a group coming in on the ice surface. April 28th, we have the Renfrew County Arctic Winter Games. That's a great day. They have the ice surface plus the upstairs. They come in and have the full day event.
Nice.
We did an installation of lights in the Eagle's Nest and the lobby and the dress rooms. So, but an annual saving of about $700 for the changeover. So it's
Oh, you should see Jason's. Did you see Jason's savings on all the?
no, I haven't.
Oh,
No,
it's impressive.
no, it's yeah, no, it's a great
We'll take every dime we can.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just wanted to quickly ask, the fly fishing and the other kinds of things that are happening, are those all being shared on social media? If they're open to the public?
Yeah,
Yes.
so fly
Great.
fishing definitely is.
Yeah.
And so you wanna run for council too is on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
I'll go and greet.
The planter boxes, Temperate Gardens is doing them this year for the bridge.
They gonna hold off until we're not getting frost every single night?
Yeah, who knows? April, like in April, we have the Eagles Nest rented out for 2 events. Joe Tracy Park, we lost 1 tree over the winter, Manitoba maple. Got it cleaned up.
They're really weeds.
No Manitoba maple.
Manitoba maples are really weeds.
Yeah.
The wood even smells when you cook it. or burn it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for my report.
Good stuff. Good work.
Great. Yay,
Good for, yeah.
we're coming to the tea party on Sunday and we have a surprise. We now have a theme,
Okay.
yeah. I don't,
I have one extra ticket in case there's anybody here that wants to go. That isn't going.
There you go, Kevin, you can know.
you can dress up with us, Kevin.
Debbie, that goes for you too.
Don't give away our theme, apps. Oh,
It's too late.
Don't take and rob a bank with him.
right? Now we know why he's not part of the CIA,
Oh,
like a sieve over there, sir.
I'm gonna be hit with the code of ethics for sure now. Okay, now moving on to cover my error, Sandra Barr.
Yes, so on my report, you will see, taxes receivable at the end of March are up again. Over 200,000 this year from the previous year, actually up almost $600,000 from the 3 years ago.
I know that it's a sign of the times, and I know that you work very hard with our residents. But it's tough, it's tough everywhere, and we are no different than anybody else.
Last year I prepared 143 tax certificates. I'm at 31 so far this year. We've received our first 2 OSIP installment payments for 2026. I attended another free webinar on climate and asset management, which was actually very interesting. And I also attended a short webinar on the OMERS pension plan.
So, on the owner's pension plan, because I've had a couple of meetings through EORN and EOWC, and a meeting with MPP Sarazen, who's an Eastern Ontario MPP. Steph was a former mayor, former warden, so he gets sort of the boots on the ground, and we had a meeting with him about this. Did you get any, we know it's a done deal, but did you get any indication about how the province is planning to manage this file with some sort of autonomy within the provincial government?
They did not touch on that during this webinar.
Did they give you an indication of where they would be investing OMERS monies?
No.
Interesting, okay, so I will be very honest and open, I've said it publicly before. The concern is that OMERS was run by 2 autonomous boards. Did it need 2 boards? I don't know. However, I feel that it kept, you know, a level of scrutiny and a level of transparency. The province is now going to manage the OMERS pension. There is a concern about where these monies will be invested. Is this all of a sudden going to be an infrastructure bank for the provincial government? It is concerning. And why they're dabbling in our employees' pension plans, we're not overly sure of. We do know that it was predicated on police, fire, and Metrolinx. So there are concerns in how this file will be managed for what they feel is fair to their memberships as well. So it's something that we should definitely be keeping our eye on. This is not something, in my opinion, and in many of my colleagues' opinions, that the provincial government should have a hand in. They should not be telling municipal employees where their retirement funds are going. When it was autonomous and run by the 2 boards, at least the employees knew month over month where your investment portfolios were going. And there is that concern that this will be an infrastructure bank.
So one question, this, and might be for Annette, this, this OMERS, that covers every municipality, there's no one exempt from that?
Yeah, you can be exempt from them, or is it?
Okay,
the ones that
sorry.
have Signed up, but
Okay.
a majority.
Fair enough. And Meredith had a comment?
Yes, I just wanted to declare a pecuniary interest in this matter that I did not think about earlier. So I have Elmer's pension savings.
Thank you.
And that's also for the school board, just to make the point that it's beyond municipalities, that school
Oh,
board.
yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely. Yeah.
fair enough.
Mr. Chair, I just want to remind Meredith that any declarations have to be given in writing now. Just FYI, just a quick email with a sentence to me,
Okay.
and I'll save it in the file.
I also think we're not making a decision on it.
Yes,
No, I was just gonna say, I don't think that there's a pecuniary interest, because we're not not the deciders.
Yeah.
And realistically, we're not gonna change the province's minds, Mayor, but I'm glad that you let us know anyway.
yeah.
No, and I didn't say it because there's no like motion, but when it started becoming a conversation, I just wanted to.
Yeah.
Be sake, but and if you do need anything in writing, I'm happy to provide that.
It just means you're not actually declaring. So I just want to be clear that it's not a declaration unless you send it to me in writing. So you can say it, that's fine, say what you like in council. I just wanted to be clear on that,
Okay.
you know, I just didn't want the meeting to end and you thought you declared, but you didn't declare.
Got
So,
it. If it comes to the point where we're making any kind of motions or whatnot, I will declare at that time then.
Perfect, thank you.
Thanks.
Here. Dan,
Yes, and now the
More?
2026 budget presentation.
Okay.
So the Bossier Valley municipal budget had a tax levy increase of 2.6% over 2025. The total municipal revenue and expenditures for 2026 is $10,755,030, of which $4,381,759 comes from taxation. The remaining revenue comes from grants and fees, and for every additional $43,000 in expenditure, the levy increases by 1%. The township will also collect taxation of $2,614,741 for the county of Renfrew and $935,554 for the Ontario school systems, for just under $8 million, $7,932,050. Bossier Valley's overall assessment growth was 1.61% for 2026.
Ooh, so we were actually below 1%. Man, I want to be accurate.
Yes, so our levy increase was 2.6%. Our residential tax rate increase is 0.81%. That's just for Bossier Valley's share though of the taxes. And then so if it was just us on the tax bill, residents would only see $6 in increase for every $100,000 in assessment. But the overall tax rate is going up by 2.58%, which includes county and schools. And with that in there, they will see a $35 increase for $100,000 in assessment. So roughly 55% of your tax bill. Check that in a minute. So 55% of the tax bill is for Bossier Valley. 12% goes to the schools and 33% goes to the county of Renfrew.
and sorry, those two, the school boards and county Renfrew, bring our total to 2.26, you said?
The increase?
Yeah.
Yes, 2.58% with them in there. Schools stayed the same, but the counties went up a bit.
We know this.
More than a bit.
This is an emotional time for you, we appreciate. But
For
Carry
the
on.
viewing public, Sandra just threw her laptop in the air.
My foot caught the cable.
that's it.
Yes.
It's all right?
We stand by that.
It looks
Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
Looks good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Cause we can't afford a new laptop for you,
No, I know, right?
right?
So 2026 summary of revenue. I'll go quick and hope I don't missay the numbers. So taxation revenue. $4,401,759. Payments in lieu, 38,500. Penalties and interest, 125,000. The Ontario Municipal Partnership Fund at 1,778,700.
Can we move the presentation for people watching at home? And online? It's
They
still,
can see it online.
it's only on the, yes, you can. It's only on the budget presentation opening page.
No, it's not. I'm
Oh, that's
looking at it
interesting.
on Annette's laptop.
It is for me too. It's just the front page.
Oh. Annette,
but-
why would you be seeing something different?
I don't know. Let me check YouTube.
Give us a moment, everyone. We'll just have a check on that.
Thank you.
That's so weird. Oh.
Share and reshare.
Do you have to enable editing maybe so that it can move? I don't know.
Wonder if it's because I stopped, like, I had it up earlier, but I had to take it down so we couldn't see either of you. Now
Perfect.
it's working?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Good, I was worried that perhaps Meredith and Tracy's computer had acquired a virus.
No, but it was so weird because on Annette's,
Mm,
like, there, it's all there.
Yeah.
All
Good,
right.
okay, problem solved.
So for the general budget, we're bringing in only $8,325 for the Ontario Community Infrastructure Fund. The balance of that fund is water and sewer, which I can touch on later. Our recycling grant from the province of Ontario, $198,000. Canada grants, $651,735, and other grants totaling 1.6 million. And we're bringing $406,054 in from reserves. And then
Quick
departmentally,
one on the other grants question. Just given that it's such a big number and it just has other, I'm wondering if we can break that down a little bit further. We have 8,000 for the OSIF and then this really big number for other. So we might get questions about it. That might be helpful to break down, or maybe there's a reason.
So it's all in the package in the budget document.
Okay.
Yeah.
Available to the public?
Yeah.
so fire building and bylaw, 94,900. Admin revenue, 218,200. Emergency management revenue, 1,200. Public works revenue, 20,000. The Canada Community Building Fund, formerly known as gas tax, $600,924. Environmental revenue, $212,000. Arena revenue, $129,000. Recreation revenue, $178,500. And planning revenue, $15,000. For total revenue of $10,755,030. And then there's just a pie chart on the revenue by sources. And as you can see, grants is a very big portion of our pie at 46% and taxation being at 41%.
So just out of interest, and I think I said this before, in Eastern Ontario, we have the second highest partnership fund that we rely on to make this budget work. So we have to remember that that's an enormous part of our budget process, is relying on that partnership fund and what it does for us.
Yes.
That other grant line is the same in our written budget, all into one. I thought it was separated in the budget line, but in the budget document, it is all one as well.
Oh,
So
The-
5
Yeah,
5 million is John Street.
No, no, because
You
you
mean
mean
the
the grants,
one,
the 1.6.
6 million.
yeah,
Yeah. I know you have it separated in the binder, but. I thought it was separated in the spreadsheet, but it's not.
No, it's in our budget, it's separated.
Like, not in the budget, like not in the front part, you know what I mean?
No, it's in here.
In the back under
I
grant.
got it right here.
I'll never find it now. Can't find something under the picture.
There.
I know it's in here because I went over it. Here we go. No, that's, no, sorry.
Already,
I might have.
sorry, I went too far back, no.
There.
No, that's what's the, yeah.
It's here. It is John Street, for almost 100% John Street.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
perfect.
just said that.
Thank you. I know. Sorry.
It's John Street.
It's the road portion of John Street, because the water portion is in the
It's
water.
in
budget.
water, exactly.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Sorry.
Once again, we remain indebted to Annette, Jennifer, and
That's why I keep
Sandra
this
for
around.
for their fiscal
yeah.
superpower. Thank you.
Sorry, Sandra, I just, I
That's okay.
thought it was broken up more in the spreadsheet, but or the budget document, but it wasn't.
I thought you meant in our budget.
No, sorry, for the public. Yeah,
Okay, we're
sorry about that.
Okay, sources. Okay, and then on the next slide, it shows the 2026 breakdown of grant revenues. So just showing the Ontario Municipal Partnership Fund, the other grants, the gas tax. And the other grants that we've gotten for.
A lot of grants.
Yes, oh, and yes, and there is included in the water and sewer budget that was already passed. $3,176,059 in grants, which is the other portion of the OSIF that I mentioned earlier, and then the housing and safety enabling water stream.
Nobody knows the name of it. I was trying to
I
explain to
just keep
somebody
calling
the
it
other
John
day
Street.
what grant it was, and I'm like, I don't know, it's got a long name,
Oh, housing enabled.
but it's got green
health
in
and
there.
Safety,
Yeah,
yeah,
health and safety water stream.
yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, we just call it the John Street grant.
Okay, so for our viewing public, we have over 50-year-old infrastructure in the ground on John Street that we were going to have to spend money basically on duct tape and bubble gum to fix this year. I'm sorry. Okay, Daryl's in the room, so we were gonna do a sleeve. We were going to make it work. This is the third time we've applied for this grant, correct?
Yes,
Third time we've applied for the grant, third time's the charm, we got the grant. So we will be doing with this grant and some of our OCIF money, which is Ontario Community Infrastructure Fund. We will be doing the water and wastewater under John Street and the road rehabilitation. And my hope is that we will have enough funds to go all the way around and do Mill Street as well. And in fact, I drove Mill Street this morning and all the locates are obviously on the road for Enbridge Gas. So I'm hoping that this project will all go all as one, and Bridge can go in, water and wastewater, and we'll redo the roads.
and storm
And,
and sidewalks, and then all the storm coming up down from Queen Street. too.
and storm and sidewalks. Thank you for the assist. You need cue cards.
And thank you for the explanation, because many people they don't forget the 5 million, but they can look at this YouTube now and get a little bit of a spreadsheet on what's happening to the money.
Well, and it is a bit convoluted because we do have a water and wastewater budget separate from our provisional budget, which is proper in all respects. So, but it is a bit convoluted when OCIF goes into our provisional budget, but that's why it only looks like there's $8,000 because OCIF is now being used for part of the rehab of John Street. So it got a little confusing there, but we made it work. Yeah,
Thank you.
but it's a very exciting project and a necessary project, correct, Daryl? When we were going to spend $400,000 on a sleeve,
It may have worked, it may not have.
just to as a stopgap measure, yeah, so this is a really welcome grant from the province, yeah.
So just a quick summary of the expenses, council and the election, $154,094.
I
General,
want the election taken out of that line and put in a separate line.
general government expenses, $1,061,458. Protective services, $1,438,960. Transportation expense, $5,542,947. Environmental, $585,116. Recreation and culture, $581,135. Planning and development, $203,315. And arena and Eagles Nest, $1,188,005. Bringing us to the total expenses of $10,755,030.
It's nice that it balances every time you do it, Sandra.
Yes. It is.
Your balance sheet is balancing.
Yes, and there is our pie chart on the expenses. So 52% is going to roads. And the next big one will be protective services,
Which is OPP.
yes, and then arena. So the 2026 capital projects, and there are a lot of them this year, which is good. So the 2026 fire trucks, 633,500. Fire truck revitalization, 75,000. Completion of the EV project, 66,650. 2 generators for the roads department, 40,000. A steamer, 20,000. Completing the connecting link, 300,000. 2026 plow truck, $440,000.
All right.
The solar light project going down Water Street, 120,000.
All funded by donations, just so that
Thank
everybody
you.
watching understands. And the polls are being picked up on Friday and the lights are here, so I'm pretty excited about this project.
The arena condenser, 381,600. The arena chiller, 330,720. So John Street, the roads portion, is 2.1 million. John Street sewer portion, 1.8 million, and John Street water portion, 1.5 million. And then another capital project at the water treatment plant for 85,000, which brings the 2026 total capital projects just over $8 million.
And about 7.5 of that was paid for by grants, correct?
Yes,
Basically,
yeah,
I'm in the ballpark.
oh, yeah. And that's it. Is there any other questions?
Good work.
Very good work.
It's pretty impressive to be able to do $8 million worth of capital on a 1%. Well, I guess we do have 1.6% growth, but it's still pretty cool.
Thank you very much.
Maybe ask Debbie if she has any questions now, just in case she wants to read a story and get it in.
Well, yeah,
Anything pertaining to budget?
well, just maybe get some comments from the members of council and how you're feeling about the budget. How are you feeling about this budget, Merv? It's your last one, I guess, right? Pretty small increase.
What do you think of the budget, Merv?
Great,
There you go, there's your comment.
great.
What do you like about it?
The end result,
Yes.
the small increase
Mhm.
and getting X number of things done. Given that,
What are your feelings on the budget, John?
I echo Merv and saying it's a great budget. We're very proud of it. And it allows us to explain to our ratepayers where their tax dollars are going.
Maybe bring up Meredith and Tracy. No, they're.
Hi,
Here.
sure, I can just add on that I think.
Hang on just a sec, Mayor, hang on. Oh,
Hi, Meredith.
now she's a blackbird.
Oh.
Or whatever that is. You might be a crow.
Weird.
Is that what it
I
is?
think so.
Really? I didn't even know it was just a little.
But there's different kinds. Sorry, Meredith.
Yeah, I would just add on that I think healthy growth that stays with inflation is normally about 2%, and we're able to bring it in lower than that. Given the concerns of inflation and cost of living, and that the staff have done such an excellent job in getting so much money in grants that we don't have to rely on increasing it as much as maybe we normally would have. So I think those are some of the considerations that were taken into account, and why we're happy that we can deliver something that's sort of under a COLA, so to speak, or cost of living.
Tracy, are you? Yep. Tracy?
Yeah, I mean, you think of the day going into budget where there was certainly some apprehension on programs and if we'd be able to offer the things that were on our wish list, so to speak. And I think it's a true testament coming out of this is the capabilities of the staff and council and our cohesiveness and working together and professionalism. I mean, I find that Bon Cheval Valley is unique and compared to what we're seeing in other municipalities right now, and the ability to offer and be cognizant of how this is impacting taxpayers and being able to keep the taxes low in really uncertain times right now.
Well, I think you all nailed it. And just as a final word, I would like to again thank staff because I agree with Meredith. I think that one of the things that our staff are particularly good at is applying for grants and giving such compelling reasons for us receiving those grants. And I know that Daryl and Jason are very pleased with the monies that we got for John Street, but we also have the arena grant that's allowing us to do the condenser and the chiller. And I think that, hey, we got them back, yay. But I think that it is such a testament to the effectiveness of our staff through Annette's leadership. And I also again want to thank council. You came prepared. I know that there wasn't a lot to debate, but I think that we put some stuff in the budget that we also wanted to see, such as, Legion Field, utilizing the canteen and, upping the use of some of our assets. So I think that we snuck some stuff in that staff wasn't, it was really nice though to find that $10,000 in revenue. That was exciting. So that gave us a little bit of wiggle room as well. And no, I'm very pleased with this budget.
So with the like the capital projects, like the fire truck and the plow truck, those would be debentured, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is the fire truck that wasn't covered under insurance.
Great. Yeah, no, it's definitely not a very large increase, even when you factor in the county and the education portion.
I think we
It was
also,
nice to see that factored in as well.
I'm also, we haven't seen 1.6% growth in, I don't think ever. Maybe years and years ago, but not in a very long time. That's a substantial growth number that we're very thankful for as well.
Okay,
Great.
I think we hit 1.8 in COVID when everyone was building, when it was off the building.
Oh, you
I have
could
to
be
go back
right.
and- But that.
You could be right
I
in
feel like
that.
in my time here, there was one other time when he came close, but I think it was, the building permits were wild. Everyone was home and renovating and building and And things hadn't skyrocketed yet.
But but there were many years that it was like
Yes. Oh,
0.8
yes, or 0.6.
or 0.6, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Good. And so nice to see things move from the wish list to the to-do list. All right. Annette, have you a report for us today?
I do. So I'm just gonna, as Daryl's here,
Oh, yes.
I asked him just to stop into the meeting because we have the long-term financial plan. And so if there were questions from council that I might need to pass off to Daryl, then he's here to assist. But I mean, it's in the identical format that the last 6-year plan was. I think one of the changes I made was I started with 2024 because it's our last audit year. And I really wanted to start with actuals, and that was really a personal choice. So if you don't like that, let me know. That's totally
I'll let you know after.
my own design. So, because really it should be 2026 to 2031. But you know, to me, to start with where you actually are at is always easier for me to then move forward. And then Daryl and I met, we went through all the capital projects in that time period, so that's where those numbers came from. Depreciation, which Sandra was keen to point out, and I appreciated, and so did London Economics, because we have access to some pretty expensive consultants through this committee that we're on with LAS, looking at a municipal service corporation, and so they're looking for all of our data to review it. So we kind of got lucky to just kind of send that off and say, so here's what we've worked on. Do you have any comments on it?
Very cool.
For free. So, well, on AMO and LAS dollars, but anyways. So that was also a good opportunity to have such a third party who's very, very good at what they do to review it. And so the depreciation kept it as it is. I know we've got these big projects coming up. So of course, they're gonna change our asset pool, they're gonna change our depreciation.
Yeah.
But I don't know at this very moment by how much. And I didn't want to make a bunch of guesses, especially for a depreciation number that we don't fund. So I did have that conversation with Sandra, then I had it again with London Economics. Both agreed with my logic, I think. And maybe Sandra didn't agree with it.
But you want us to fund depreciation.
Yes, that would be
I
great.
know
That
you
would be
do.
wonderful.
I know. I'm aware.
So yeah, and I said, you know what, there's nothing stopping us, even though it goes to 2031, there's nothing that stops us in 2028. After we're done the John Street project, those financials have been audited to make that change. There's nothing,
Yeah.
the living document. So that's the only things that I would point out and say. And then also, if you look at it, we're depleting reserves pretty badly. But we're also paying off debt at the same time. So by 2030, we kind of end up in a situation where we don't have a whole lot of reserves left. We have some, but we don't have a whole lot. We also don't have any debt. So we're definitely gonna have to take some out because we have continuing capital projects. And now we don't have money, but we also don't have debt. So I think that's okay, in my opinion. You know, you pay off and then you reinvest, and you pay off and you reinvest. So, and the whole time we're investing, it's just, yeah, so that's just, those are the things that when I was looking at it, sort of came to my attention in discussing with Daryl the different capital projects that have been important and been on there for, like, you know, he's known they're coming. We know they're coming. Yeah. It's just, can we find grants to fund them? Then they might move up, or it's really expensive, that might have to be put off a year or two. So
That was gonna be my comment, is that knowing that we have these projects in the queue, that you know they're coming up, the ability to be able to apply for those grants so that they are shovel ready. I know that it is just a plan, but I agree, do you move those projects up when there's the possibility of getting provincial or even federal grants?
Does it also sort of give a, I guess, picture to the new council?
Absolutely it
This is
does.
this is what we're in for.
Yeah,
And it's required because we're renewing our license, so like I was talking to Trevor from Petawawa yesterday, and they're working on theirs, you know, and they're.
well, and Tracy doesn't want to go to water and wastewater jail.
Oh.
So I'm just, right.
No,
She's adverse to that. I don't know. Yeah. I had no questions, but I thought it was great.
I'm
And
okay.
again, it's a plan.
Any questions from the rest of council?
Nope.
And I agree with you, by the way. Reserves debt. It's,
Yeah, we're steady gonna be borrowing if we have to, and
Mhm.
so, but hopefully by then we'll be, big amount will be gone and start over.
but we also know that when we submit our FIRs and there is debt, that's not a bad thing when it comes to provincial grants.
Mhm.
Right? They take debt into consideration, so
Yeah.
in this case, debt is good. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's not that we're not still increasing taxes, like we are trying to fund ourselves as much as
Yeah.
we can, but we only have so many revenue tools in the toolbox.
exactly.
And,
Thanks, Harold.
so resolution will come forward tonight for that, just to be believer.
Thank you.
Nurse submission. Checking for time. Okay, so yeah, so Sandra and I were in Kingston on Thursday and Friday last week doing election training and AMCTO Zone 6 meeting. Which was very good. They haven't come out with a 2026 election guidebook, and we were told to throw the 2022 book away. So I guess you just refer to the act and all of the training that we've taken, and hopefully you know what you're doing. Anyway, so that was fun. But and you know, on Elections Ontario has taken over parts of the voter list, but not the school support. So that's been a bit a different thing to sort of go through this year, but we're making our way through. So I also have in the package a lease from the township and the Sebastopol Heritage Society, because we had a previous lease. Now I know it was done very quickly because it had to be done very quickly at the time. And so now having gone through it a little bit more thoroughly, making it clear, there were some items that were a little unclear in the last lease, and had our insurance also review it to make sure everything looks good, because they do that for free as well. So I try to use them when I don't have to use our lawyers. Yeah, so they're happy with it. If we're happy with it, then I would bring it back at the next meeting with a bylaw.
Okay.
Financial plan, and I did also do the strategic plan report.
I love this
as
report.
well,
I
just
love it.
to, keep that going.
It's such a good report to have in that. And it's nice to have where if I'm thinking about something, I can refer back
Mhm,
to see where it is.
mhm.
I love it.
I love it too. It's great.
It's so good.
Yeah, so I'll have another one in the fall. And the province came out with their candidate and third-party advertiser and voter guides last week, the week before. I don't know. They're on our website, and Sarah also posted, it's gonna be in the paper, and also it'll be posted online for nominations for council, and we're doing the public school board trustee for ourselves, Killaloe, Brudenell, Mad Valley, and South Algonquin. So that one will go out as well. And I'm working, we have the corporate resources policy to come this evening, so I want to get that into the package as well. So still working on preparing actual packages for candidates. They can't be handed until May 1st. But still working on preparing that, but wanted to get that policy passed first. And of course, the restricted policy as well, just in case we are lame duck, then that allows the municipality to move forward if we need to. But obviously I would come forward with a report if that was ever needed. Level 3 charger's been installed and commissioned. It's been used, very exciting. And the level 2, so we were missing a part on the level 2 because they were going to be installed together. So we haven't been able to install the level 2, but then as the electrician was installing and we're missing the part, they've now said to me, so you're sure this is where like you want them side by side? And I said, well, my understanding was they had to be side by side. And he said, no, you can put the other one wherever you want. So I said, oh, so just coming back to.
I don't think we have enough room to park 3 vehicles out
I
there.
feel that way too.
Like,
So,
that was the other thing. You've got 2 chargers for 2 vehicles.
Mhm.
Like side by side, there's no room there.
and I think that's too also, I was like, are you sure you want, so it
Yeah.
could still be on this property. We could install it somewhere else on this property. It doesn't need it's not the same installation as you see out there with the level 3. That's a much bigger project. The
Okay.
level 2 is very easy. So, we don't need those big boxes or all that crazy stuff. So, yeah, so just curious whether we would like to have it at the tourist booth or at the arena. My reasoning for that is this one out here will charge the car in an hour and a half. The smaller one will take, 8 to 10 hours.
That's
So,
Meredith found on her way to Sault Ste. Marie.
yeah, so, we could put it at the tourist booth. It's a long time for somebody to leave their vehicle there. Not that they can't and wander around and maybe they'll stay at the Egan Inn. I don't know what they're doing. Or if we put it at the arena, it could be for people going to either hockey tournaments or figures, like where they're going to be there for, 8 hours or so. So those are the two I like both. I know we have a lot of energy efficiency stuff going in on the arena right now, so it kind of ties into that. But I'm not opposed to being it at the tourist booth, which is also more visible. Like I think the arena is a little off track, but I do think
I know,
99.9% of people are
I
gonna.
don't want to influence council because
Okay.
I've been going back and forth
But I,
about this with Annette for days
Okay.
about
But I
where
think-
it should go.
at the tourist booth,
Mhm.
if I were a guest coming in here, where would I think I would find the charger? Probably at the tourist booth.
But you're probably already
Yeah.
researched it on the app, and
Okay.
you're probably already, yeah,
And you know what? It's gonna,
but.
the app is gonna say there's a level 3 charger here. Now that I know, unfortunately, now that I know, I'm not going to a level 2 charger. So to put it I'm not gonna influence because I've been back and forth
Okay.
about this. I'm gonna speak last.
And Meredith is waving away,
Okay,
but
And
she's
I'll
on
probably
mute.
say what you're gonna say anyways, Jen, which is when you're driving the car, there is an app that will tell you where there are chargers and what level they're at. So if there is one that is the highest level at the township office already, then I think putting it somewhere else that is closer to a place where people from out of town might come for, or people in town would come for things like tournaments and whatnot. When we've gone to Kingston and other places, we really appreciated having a place to charge it at their arenas. So I think that's a very good way of also kind of splitting it up and having it one side of town and the other. So that would be, like, in my experience, what I've found helpful is to have it where the arena is, and people would come there for all sorts of things. And we already have one available, which is near the tourist booth. If the app didn't tell you where they were, then I would agree 100% with Merv that it should be more in the tourist information center area, but there is that information that they can get it elsewhere.
but that was exactly the road I was going down. And I really like the idea that, if we're sort of doing that net zero at the at the arena, then this feeds into it. And also, I think you can see the tourist booth from this office.
Can I make
So I
one
don't think
point?
anybody is gonna mind plugging in and wandering downtown.
Can I make
Okay.
one other point, though? One thing that I feel we are at risk at by putting it at the arena, so we have to think about where we put it there, is that people who don't drive electric vehicles may park in those spots and block it if it's in a prime spot that's close to the door. So either putting it across the street or putting it further down by the by the playground area might help to alleviate.
It's a very
that.
good point. We don't have hydro across the street, but I see what you're saying. So down towards the loading bay would be optimal. Because it's not one of those quick pull it. That's a good note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the way
It's
it's
not
done. in
prime
Kingston.
parking.
Yeah,
I would vote for across where the big rock is, right at the lights there. Because there you have hardware, pharmacy, financial institution, post office, maybe a grocery store someday and some other shopping opportunities, so. It might be a place to spend a little more time.
But again, this is an 8-hour charge. So you're not spending 8 hours at Fifth Shoot and grabbing a slice of
Fair
pizza.
enough.
That's the challenge.
There's
Because we
nowhere,
talked about putting the phase 3s down there
yeah,
before we knew that now all of a sudden we've got this darn car that we've got to deal with as well.
Yeah.
Right? That was the consideration with putting the level 3 here. But again, you can see the corner from here. You know, if
yeah, that's fair.
park, charge, go walk around Gerald Tracy Park, get a coffee, sit on the patio, you know.
It only takes me 10 minutes to walk from here to the arena.
Absolutely.
So
Good point.
it would take me what, 4 minutes to walk to all those, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's the only consideration with the level 2.
And I would
Because
agree,
it's
if
a
it was a
lot.
fast charger, then the center of town makes the most sense.
Yeah.
In fact, I advocated for that back when I was on council 8 years ago, that we put one in there. So,
Yeah.
but I think the fact that we already have one here, and that it's not the fast charging kind is.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I sat in that coffee shop for what, 2 hours, an hour and a half, and it charged 1%. Now that's what the 110, but still, it's not fast.
Okay,
Yeah, it's not bad.
See, you shouldn't have lived the life of Jen in the electric car. Okay, are we all okay with it at the arena? Tracy?
Then, yeah.
Tracy doesn't care.
Yes,
That-
good.
Yeah, you said yes.
Sorry, I was
Oh,
on
you said
mute.
yes, okay. I wasn't looking at her.
Very
You're good?
Okay, I'll
That's
let,
good.
I'll let NJ's Electric know. Okay, and so the only other thing, there wasn't anything under planning and development really in licensing. It listed the number of licenses and things like that, and of course we'll have an emergency management exercise coming up in the fall, but
I'm living it right now.
Maybe we'll be exempted. That's the move we should make. We should ask them to exempt us from an exercise in Renfrew
I
County.
should always be exempt, apparently.
Sorry. So, but on Sarah's report, you can see we were lucky getting funding for the Canada Summer Jobs Grant, much more than we have in the last couple of years.
That's for
We're
sure.
Very grateful for that. And Celebrate Canada's about the same as what we got last year. And we did continue to apply for all kinds of things. But the 25th anniversary swag, so we did put $500 in the budget. So just kind of some confirmation, you know, are we doing buttons? Are we doing hats? Are we doing t-shirts? And then, you know, how do you want that split up? Do you want it to be, you know, let's, you know.
So when we were having the conversation about sizing for t-shirts,
Mhm,
when I came in the following day, I said to Sarah, maybe price out hats.
mhm.
I don't know if people wear baseball caps or not, I don't know.
Mhm.
But but I don't know who said frisbees, but the frisbees could be cool too.
Yeah,
Did we wanna do frisbees as a giveaway and then sell hats?
Hmm.
I don't know.
I'll just say, I think that t-shirts, you do get into sizing issues, but also if it's not great quality, if they're the Gildan ones with the, you know, awkward
I
sleeves,
know.
they just become, you know, clutter. And if unless you're doing the kind of quality of those Lake Clear, Lake Dory, those great shirts where it's a thinner, nice shirt, people don't really want them. So my recommendation is like, let's not do the shirts unless they're really great quality shirts. And then those are usually more expensive, around $30 or $40, but you can sell them. So
Yeah.
I don't care necessarily if we do shirts or not, but just if we do them, let's not do the cheapy ones.
okay.
I think
I
that's
do
fair.
think that the frisbees are great, and the hats, people certainly wear a hat, so.
Yeah.
Okay, then why don't we do the frisbees as a giveaway?
Mhm.
And then sell baseball caps.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Cause I'll wear a baseball cap, especially for something fun like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, Tracy, what do you think?
I like the frisbees and the baseball caps.
Okay,
I'm good.
but I don't know who brought up the frisbees, but frisbees was a great idea.
And I have a border collie, she'll be delighted.
No, but that's, I didn't realize, and now, you know, when somebody says something to you and you're like, I've never noticed that before, and now I notice frisbees everywhere. In commercials,
Yeah.
on TV shows.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny,
Okay.
Great.
awesome.
All right,
Yay.
and
Okay.
we're making it correspondence in time.
Oh, look at that, Meredith's gonna be so happy.
Can I just make one quick, on Annette's report, the, let me just see which one it was. The strategic action, number 3 on objective 1, it just says, mayor and CEO to have an agenda when visiting conferences for, and I think it's cut off.
Oh,
And it
Might
doesn't
be.
continue
might
on the
be
next
the-
page.
might have been the formatting. Are you
Yeah.
on your iPad?
No, I opened the document on both computer and I don't know, do other people see it not cut off? The whole thing is also energy and like, it just seems that number 3. Maybe,
I'll double check it on the website and see what the original strategic plan, it might actually say that
Yeah.
because it was just for conferences, like it is. Yeah, I'll double check the original plan to see what it,
like even this other sentence under this specific, says following Roma, BV continued advocacy at AMA with delegations to finance, period, finance, energy and environment. There's no period. And so it looks like maybe there was more there. I don't know. I just wanted to
No,
flag
I
that.
think that's the way it was.
I think that's the way it was,
Yeah.
and that number 3, I'll double check, but that really all it is that they just wanted to make sure that there was an agenda when going to the conferences.
Yes,
That it wasn't go to the
No,
conference.
I
go
understand and I
delegating.
agree. I just wanted to flag in case there was something that fell off
Yeah.
the chart.
No, I appreciate that, thanks.
Yeah. And correspondence is great.
okay,
All right,
yeah,
correspondence A, I've had a chance to review that. The only item that might take a comment was perhaps item 7. Does anyone have a comment? That's the
hang on, I've
Say.
got item 6, the
Please.
Eorn, okay, so, I was at Eorn last week. I am, chair again, unfortunately, no, I'm kidding, I'm very excited. However, one of the things that I know that we've all noticed when we drive south on 41 to wherever we're going is that we lose connectivity basically at 41 and 132, and we lose connectivity in the Griffith Denby vortex. So I'm very excited that 2 brand new towers are going in service by early June. And one of them is literally between the junction of 132, sort of halfway to Griffith, and the other one is halfway between Griffith and Denby. So that should clear up those dead spots on 41, yay. Because I don't know about anybody else, but when I'm traveling that, and I travel it a lot, I'm keenly aware that I don't have cell phone service, and I actually kept my Rogers sat for texting just in case, because I travel by myself. Anyway, I just thought
Does that bring us, are we all of Renfrew County enabled? Not yet.
no, not all of them are in service yet,
Okay, thank
but they
you.
will be.
I just wanted to add to that I think that that is something that like many people who live in Bon Cher Valley who travel anywhere south are keenly aware of. And it would be very welcome news to be sharing that exciting development that is going to be updated as of June. So that'd be great to put out on social media.
I just have to ask if I can give well, I guess I can just do what I did right now, just vague, because they don't like you giving out property places, because it causes issues, but yes, I can get that done. And this by Ontario, I don't know if we had a huge conversation about this at EORN and EOWC as well, like. Again, great idea, but so convoluted. Our policy people from AMO. They're pleased that the government listened, but there are a lot of loopholes in this as well, where. If it's 25% more expensive, or if it's an emergency, or if it's not feasible, or if your dog ate your homework, I don't know why you write an act like this and then sort of say, but use at your discretion.
So we're gonna buy a jet.
Yeah,
Well, I think the bottom line is we don't need to take any action in
No,
terms of
no,
resolution. That's
no.
for information. Thank you.
no, AMO's all over it.
Okay. Moving along, correspondence C.
B.
Again, sorry. B. We'll just move down. Anyone have any comments on the Ottawa Valley Trade Corridor meeting action? Okay,
I have one, sorry, I was on mute. I have one on that and one on the museum, so just to, and I
Okay.
maybe on the school board as well.
start with item 1 then.
But I'll start with item 1. I had to look up what Meath Road, where that is, and it wasn't even super clear, whether it was, as well as just the length of kilometers. So I totally support it, but I just wanted to add that sending it to the minister who's not from here, even someone who is from here, it might be helpful to give the number of kilometers or thereabouts that we're looking for. That was just some feedback when you're speaking with staff at county, Jen.
Hey. I can definitely do that tomorrow.
Yeah, because there's a difference, right, between like we're looking for 10 kilometers and we're looking for 300 kilometers. And so,
Absolutely, yeah, no, I can talk to Melissa tomorrow.
great.
Good catch.
Yeah, I have to meet with her anyway. That's great, I'll just make a mental note.
Yeah. And then number 2, regarding school boards, I just wanted to say that this has already been I think since this resolution was made, the government has tabled legislation and it doesn't include what they were worried about. So I think it's moot.
I agree. In fact, we've been here before.
And if anyone else says anything on 3, 4, I'll cede, and then I have something on 5.
I had nothing on 3 or 4, but I've
No.
got something on 5 as well.
All right, well, let's move on to the last item in B is 5. Let's talk about that. Meredith, would you like to start?
Sure. I wanted to say I really appreciate the Bonshire Museum and the board there for the thought that they put into their proposal. I did want to offer and like I don't want to be heavy-handed, but I did want to offer them back an opinion or a thought, having done AODA work, like disability work, in the framework of the Ontario bill when I was at my role at the school board. And what I would say is anyone who enters the building that is wheelchair or has handicap or special needs, disabilities, should have the like there is a ramp that they can't get to the first floor. So anyone who can enter the building should be able to use the bathroom. But not everybody who can enter the building might necessarily need to go up to the second floor, especially if there's things that can be brought down. And so, I mean, I've been to the museum several times, and most of the time it is on the ground floor. And so for me, I would prioritize the people who can already be there, making sure that they have full access to the fundamental human right of being able to use the washroom, as opposed to getting up and seeing more of the museum. When I was at the school board, there are places that don't have lifts that people can't get to. And one of the things that I learned was, as long as they have access that you could bring something to them, that would also be a viable option. So I think both are good, but in terms of the priority, personally, I'd rather see that everyone has access to a washroom.
Yeah.
Okay, so Meredith is going down the exact same road I was going down, so thanks for teeing it up for me, Meredith. Um, one of the challenges where the washroom is, there's, if you go in behind, there is sort of a little kitchenette-y area. And I'm just wondering if, we could ask Kayla, the museum board, to get a quote on how to expand the washroom so that it is AODA compliant, what that would cost, and then look for grants that would allow them to do that renovation. That washroom, as it is very tight. And knowing, you know, when we go into even the washroom here, the washrooms at the county, the amount of room that you have, especially with some of the wheelchairs that are quite large now and heavy duty. I'd love to know what that would cost, because there is room there. It'd be taking away their kitchenette area, but is there a way to modify the washroom in that back storage area to make a larger washroom? So I would love to know what it would cost, and then certainly we can sick our amazing grant writing staff on the province and the feds to see if there are any AODA compliance grants. I just can't see it being like a really expensive modification. So,
The museum had called me because there's an EASE grant. I believe it's due on May 15th.
oh no,
Ease, EASE?
EASE, yeah.
Thank you.
Enabling accessibility SE. So we had direction from council to apply for the EASE grant for a beach mat, an accessible beach mat.
yes,
The grant is up to $60,000, 100% funded. The beach mat, I'm gonna say, is around 10,000. So the question that I have is, I'm not saying we can't apply for 2 grants, and maybe we can, we have to ask that question. But if we can, do you want us to apply for both, and which one would we prioritize? Do you want us to abandon the beach mat for the museum washroom? The other thing that I would say is we redid the washroom and the ramp at the curling club. So as soon as you touch anything, you have to be AODA compliant. So it's, you know, it's not just a matter of making the washroom bigger. It's now a matter of you're renovating. You now have to meet compliance because it's a public building. And that means an adult bed. That means it has to be larger. So when we did it at the curling club, it was almost $300,000. Now that included the ramp. So the ramp and some other works to the roof and things like that. So I'm going to say the washroom portion maybe was 100,000 of that. This grant
but
is,
there are 2 washrooms there.
but we only did the one. So this one was, so what I would, and this was in 2021. So prices are higher now. So I'm not saying we can apply for the grant for an accessible washroom at the museum. But if we get the $60,000 and if the quote comes in higher, which is what happened at the curling club, because remember we applied, we got 100,000 and then we had to contribute double. So are we prepared to do that? I guess would be my question. And then are we prepared to give up the beach mat? So that's sort of the information I have to give to council, and looking for direction back. What do you want us to do?
Oh, boy, so I was really hoping for the beach mat because I think that it would, again, be an important asset to have at Rotary Beach. However, our museum seems to be used a lot more, and we did put in the ramp to make it accessible, but it isn't compliant. So in your estimation, what else would we have to do at the museum? Like, I think that unfortunately, the museum, not unfortunately, but it should be prioritized over the beach mat.
Okay.
I think, that's just my feeling though, but
So opening up the idea of a better washroom, we have to meet the code from the sidewalk to the toilet paper
No,
roll.
no, it's just once you're doing the washroom, so
Okay.
so if it's a public washroom, which it will be.
Yep.
Then there are rules for the public washroom. So when we were doing the washroom at the curling club, we said, no problem. We got quotes. We were making it bigger. We were putting in handbars. We were putting in a higher toilet. We had all these things. And then we came up against, oh, no, if you're going to make a public washroom accessible, you now have to put in an adult, a mechanical adult bed that if someone comes in and needs to be changed, that now is you have, because we've touched it. Like if you leave stuff as it is, you don't have to be compliant
Yeah.
right now. But as soon as you touch something, you have to be 100% compliant. So I just want to be honest with council that if we apply and we got the 60,000, which is 100% funding, it's quite possible that the washroom is actually going to cost closer to 100,000. That's my, like,
And size may be a real issue then.
size is a real issue.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
because we had to cut back. So that was also
Yeah.
some of the costs at the curling club.
Was
We had to
even
take half
the
their,
kitchen.
yeah, so
Yeah.
there was a lot of work there that had nothing. It had to do with the washroom, but so they were hired. That's why I'm estimating at 100,000.
Yeah.
It could be more, but I'm trying to be conservative with that estimate. So my question is are we, is the museum having a fundraiser for the additional 40,000? If they can't raise the 40,000, are we sending the $60,000 back? Now we've given up the mat. Do you want me to apply for both grants and prioritize one over the other? Like if we can make two applications, sometimes you can say to the province, this is our priority one, this is our priority two.
oh, yeah,
And
no,
so-
I
And if
think-
we submit two and they give us one and then we have the quote for the washroom, is that, and it happens to be more than 60,000, then what are we doing?
Well, we need to
Oh.
discuss a little bit, but it seems to me, I agree, as sad as it is not to get both, the washroom might take priority. And it wouldn't commit us if we got a proper quote for the work that meets the standards.
No, so
That's the first step.
so if we get direction from council and council says, we think that the washroom is priority, that's what we want staff to spend their time on, then that's what we'll spend our time on. We will work to get a quote. We will work to figure out whether or not it's within the 60,000 and we can bring it back on the 6th because I think the grant's not due till the 5th, like we have time. But if that's where you want our focus to be, then that's where we'll put our focus.
But the beach mat grant has been completed, doesn't require any more time.
No, it's ready to go.
So it's already there, so
submitted it
we need
because
to create, or
if we
find out
can't-
the cost.
Yeah, well, if we can't submit two grants,
Ah.
then I have to abandon that one for this one, if that's what council would like us to do.
And the museum cannot apply for the ease grant on their
Correct,
own.
correct.
Okay, sorry, I just
Yes.
needed that.
Yes, yes.
All right.
So
I really want the beach mat too.
whichever you would like us to
It
concentrate
is a
on,
pickle.
we can bring back a report on May 6th saying, these are now, this is the, but I didn't want to spend staff time on it, because I only got this last Wednesday. I didn't want to spend staff time on it. I also wasn't here.
I was just gonna say,
to-
everybody was in Kingston.
Without knowing that council, because council had already given us direction that we want to apply for the beach mat, I said, I can't be sure we're going to apply for this. So I just looked for if you, let's give me direction.
Can I
Meredith,
ask some clarifying questions? Is the grant capped at 60,000?
Yes,
Okay, how much is the beach mat? Because I think I must have been away for this meeting. It's not,
yes. You weren't here yet. It's around 10,000. I'm gonna say it's around 10,000.
Yeah, that's about right.
so this is before I joined council?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why it's not ringing a bell to me.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what is the beach mat?
Oh, sorry, Mayor. It's so that instead of trying to wheeling or using a scooter or crutches or a cane on sand, you're on a mat that's about, I don't know, maybe half an inch thick and wide enough that a wheelchair can go down it.
Okay, so they both help people with accessibility needs utilize a
Yes,
public
yeah.
service. Okay, so
Yes.
that's what I wanted to understand. So if they're both and one seems like maybe more likely to be within I think we need to go back to the museum board also and say, this is what council thinks, but we think it could be more than the 60,000. Would the museum be willing to raise any additional money if needed, if that's the direction we go? But also knowing that we had this other one, if we could apply for both and one became too expensive, we could do the other. Sounds like a good plan, if that's what you were saying in that.
Yeah, no, I think everybody really wanted this beach map, but knowing how important an accessible washroom is in, Kayla said in her letter, some of the, they're trying to make a real tourist place. I think they're both important and I think we should probably apply for both. I don't disagree with you about going back to the museum about fundraising, but I still think we need to get a contractor in there to
Yeah.
give us a proper quote, and I would love to hear this come back on May 6th, if that's okay with everybody.
I have one additional thought that I know Rotary Club has, it's called Rotary Beach, and Rotary Club has given money for things at that beach in the past, that we may ask them if they would, if this was something that might be on their agenda.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can ask them that
Matt,
as
yeah.
well, yeah.
Sorry, the deadline is May 7th, but we have a
Oh,
meeting,
boy,
we have a meeting May 5th.
okay,
So if we can apply for,
sweet.
Yeah. so if we can apply for two, what I'm hearing is if we can apply for two, then council would like to do that. If we can only apply for one, and we'll bring that report back on May the 5th to say we can only do one, which one is your priority?
Okay,
And we'll try and get a quote, an accurate quote back, for May the 5th. And Sarah can go ahead and we'll find out if we can do, I guess what I would like to know is if we can do, if we can't do two, do you want, because there's not gonna be much time, do you want Sarah to go ahead and work? Now, I think the beach mat one is pretty much done, so go ahead and put staff time into it regardless, or if we get a quote, let's say we get a quote back and it's $120,000.
then
Cause
It's a tough one.
it is, I think, I don't think that we can make a reasonable decision until we know what that quote is.
okay.
I really don't.
Because Sarah's gonna have to work on it ahead of time, right? Because by the time we come on the 5th, if council says, yes, we wanna do this, it's gotta be almost finished and just tack on some things.
And
So I'm trying
And
to,
then we're making it a shovel-ready project for yet another grant opportunity.
true,
I don't think, we can't live in the what ifs of
Okay.
if it's 100,000, 125,000. We don't know, what the museum can fundraise, like what they're willing to fundraise
Yeah.
for. I think that we need a proper quote, because there is an existing footprint.
Mhm.
And I'm not sure how big that footprint is outside of the small walk.
so then we can speak to the people that did the
The
curling club,
that would
because
be great.
they 2021, as I know, was a while ago, but it's not that long ago. Have them look at the museum, get a quote,
Mhm.
Sarah can go ahead and have the grant ready up until that point.
Yeah.
We do have some extra help now, so we got Rachel, so, I think that'll work out, and then we'll be ready to go, and we'll come back and get an answer on the 5th before we have to submit on the 7th,
Perfect.
all right?
Do you think be any point in going to the Rotary Club and say, hey, this is what we'd like here, can you finance it?
I think that we should do that, but let's
Yeah, but
Let's figure
let's
this out
apply
first.
the application for the
Yeah.
bathroom. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's bathroom is necessary,
I think so too.
absolutely necessary. I mean,
Also, who's
it's,
the beach?
the other thing about it, they're gonna take up more space there, and they don't have a whole lot of space
Right,
to begin
that's-
with.
So the footprint I'm thinking of is just that washroom. And behind the wall, there's storage and there's a little, like a sink and a little counter.
Mhm.
It's not very big.
Mhm.
But the good news is there is plumbing there. I think we need to quote before we can do anything else. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Agreed.
I will,
Did we lose Meredith?
we did, because remember she had to go at 3 o'clock, so,
She said 3:15.
oh, sorry.
And I wanted, what did she want to do about Heritage Properties? We needed her for that.
Yeah, so I guess that will be up to committee whether we're moving that to correspondence C again next meeting, or whether we're taking it off the agenda.
Well, yeah, she's the one that put it on as see and she's not with us and I don't wanna,
I don't think it's so time sensitive that we couldn't.
I agree.
on see
And
next
they're
year.
asking for an extension, which I agree with, but I'd like. Meredith's the one that asked for it to be
That's
moved.
okay.
We can't just go, nope,
We tried,
forget it.
we tried.
Yeah,
So we'll move it to May the fifth then.
Please.
So it's on at C one more time.
perfect.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Tracy,
Yes.
have you something to talk about the library with us?
Yeah, let me just open my thing. Not specifically, other than obviously to show, how great the library is at all of their data and analytics and understanding their users. You can see there's not great changes between the numbers of, looking at visitation numbers. I won't go through all of this. They had a day they were closed, so that impacts some of the numbers as well. So again, this is just for the month. It's pretty high. You look at total usage, it's almost 7,800, right? Compared to, and it looks like there's greater increase online than in person. So I won't go through all of this, but it's just a really good overview for our community to see what programs are available, how successful things are. And the event coming up is the Tea Party on Sunday. So if people are still interested in going, there's still space. This was a couple weeks ago, they had 6 tables filled. So I'm sure the numbers have increased since then. And really, that's it. Just wanted to give a overview of what the library is doing.
Now that John has given up our big secret for some.
It's gonna be
Sorry.
fun.
Thanks very much, Tracy. Okay, establishing the date for the next meeting is
May fifth,
here,
Cinco de Mayo.
and we've talked to the media. Do you have any additional?
No, I'm good, thank you, John.
Okay,
May 5th,
and
got
we
her
have
in
no
there.
closed session today.
Today.
Well, it's time to depart.
Adjourn.
So I may have a motion for adjournment, please. That's Merv, thank you, and all in favor. Thank you very much, people.
Thanks, everyone.